Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Fantastic. Right then. So here we are once again. And today is going to be the absolutely pivotal, I suppose. I'll say pivotal just to make sure I don't sound too bitter. We're going to be going over the pilot training today, so it's not going to be too bad. Probably take a little while, but we'll be done with it ideally tonight. And yeah, the turn will be ready to go. Hello there, Carl. How are you doing, my friend? Excuse me. Ugh. Never fear the gingers here. It's ironic, actually. I suppose I'm a little bit ginger as well. I have a ginger beard, anyway. So there, Finnish Jaeger. How you doing, my man? Actually, that does remind me while you're here, Finnish. Which ships was it that you needed to see? I know you wanted to see, what was it, Megami? And is it just the Megami class you wanted to see? Let's see. So share my car saw by class, actually. So where is Megami at the moment? She's currently in Task Force 294 off the coast of Kota Baru, escorting the carriers Ryujo and Zuiho, accompanied by Fuso, Yamashiro, Issei, Takawa, Targo, Miyoko, Nachi, Megami, Mikuma, well obviously Megami's Mikuma, Kumano. Indeed. Major action off the coast of Malaya there. And which other ones did you want? I've been following the four Megami classes, okay. So which is the other ones? Suzuya, I think it was. I'm not actually seeing her here at the moment, so she's actually considered inactive. I think she's actually still within Saigon, to be honest. Let's take a look. Yep, she's under repair at the moment. I should be ready in about 9 days. Yeah, suffered relatively light. I mean, she suffered, well, not really light. I suppose she suffered some fair damage there. Not terribly heavy, but not terribly light either. Hello there, Lupus. How you doing, my man? So we're looking for Mikuma. Yep, Mikuma. Let's find that for you now. Mikuma is also in Task Force 294. And Kumano. He's also in 294. Yeah, so we basically have the entire Megami class, barring Suzuya in Saigon, just off the coast of Malaya. So that's going to make it a little bit easier for you then, really, isn't it? Right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. So I've been looking at some of the actual aids I've been sent. We have this one. We have the second one over here, which is actually quite nice, like this. We have our pilot training altitudes. And we do have a little document here in regards to actual pilot training. So, how should we start out? Yeah, there we go, fantastic. I do like what you've been doing, that's actually quite good. How are the APDs doing? When will they upgrade / be in a task force? Well, we have one, I do believe. Is it in Tokyo? I think there's one in Tokyo. We'll have a look. Ships under repair. Right, we don't have one here in Tokyo. We should have one over here in Kyoto. Yeah, Akikaze. Akikaze, 19 days. Can we actually speed this up to any degree? No, seems not. Even stood down in the shipyard, they're going to take that long. But of course, once they are ready, we'll see their upgrades in 1942. Well, they'll actually be equipped with the Type 13 radar. Now, that is going to make them just ostensibly one of the best platforms we have. Of course, their maneuverability does suffer. Their speed does suffer. But that radar will definitely make up for it there. Hello there, Blackstar. How you doing? Okay. So how should we begin to approach this then? I suppose that's the question. I think what we'll do is we'll finish off the rest of the turn first, and then we'll get into the actual pilot training. So then at least all we have then is the actual training itself. We won't have much else to consider here. How many Mavis squads do you have that you can send to Forward Island? Well, we have one over here, currently stationed at Tarawa. The issue is that lack of aviation support is going to see them suffer somewhat. I do have a Mavis squadron over here, an actually fairly large one. I could consider actually having them move out and just have the ones remaining. The ones that are obviously damaged, yeah, I mean, they're looking at some pretty rough times here. We'll have 3 back in a day, another 2 then, but then 8 days, 14 days, that's a long time. I mean, what do we have here in terms of aviation support? We're looking at 64, so it's not terribly large. I'd consider actually moving potentially an engineering force over this way. I don't know about a base force. I think I'd rather... I could take the 12th. I could take them and have them transferred to the island over here. Yeah, it's just that maintenance, really. Would be nice to actually have that. Also, the sub-chasers. Yeah. Let me get the optimal conversions, okay. I say go through each air group, start in Japan, moving to China, then to Taiwan, then Malaysia, then to the Caribs. Oh man, that'll take some time. The vast majority are fine. Okay, I do have some additional fuel on its way over here. Now that's currently heading, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Currently have you set up over here at track. Yeah, that's a fine amount of supply there. Yeah, the seaplane carriers. Aye. I think another thing that I'd like to set up in the future actually is the automatic convoy system. It's like currently we have 313 transport ships that could be placed in it. It would be very helpful, as of course you can see here, like certain destinations are obviously lacking in fuel supply. We just also need to put in actual escorts there. That's the only thing that we need to do. I've never really used the automated escort system, so it would be interesting to actually see that used properly. Something I'll have a look at. So I should actually take a look then of where our patrol craft are. So we do have some base in Nagasaki, Patani, the island that we just mentioned, Tarawa, Wake, and Yokohama. Yeah, exactly. Now, how much would I be spending here? Now, I can't seem to actually change your command, so I don't believe I could actually move them out of the, out of Japan. Neither can I do the same over here. I think they must have just arrived or not too long ago. Even that I've just completely not messed with them. Commit a ton of sub-chasers to it. Yeah, that's actually true. I think we do need to take a look at the actual conversions to do, because we have a large number of actual transports over here to actually really make handy. But yeah, having a ton of sub-chasers would be a good idea. Okay. So I think what we're going to do then is we are going to make some decisions, first of all in China actually. I think that's where we'll begin. Now, we do have the 54th Sentai, which has just recently come online. I do have some additional Ki-27s to support. We do have the K-15s and the K-51s over here. We have over here, yeah, a squadron of Ki-27s. Now, a lot of those, yeah, repairing, maintenance. So a lot of these bad boys are basically stood down for the time being. But we could still commit at least 23. So at least we'd have support there in terms of numbers. Now, the actual... let's take a look at what we're going to be fighting against then, shall we? So I'll bring the actual tracker up. We're currently facing the is it the H-88s? So what we'll do then is we'll take a look at their actual maneuverability and altitude differentials, and, well, the differentials between the 43-1C and the H-88. And we'll see how best to tackle it. I don't think we'll have to worry much about actually defeating them in China, considering he will not have much in the way of reserves. Let's see. Just DM'd me all of them? Oh, right, fantastic. Oh, wow, you really have done them all. Okay, that's good. It's actually laying out pretty simple, so that's nice. Okay, I'll take a look at that in a little while. Thank you very much there, Black Star. Appreciate it as always. HH1 is a P-40. Okay. So, aircraft comparison. Yeah, I'd imagine Chinese would... Yeah, of course they're going to be using the Lend-Lease. So, P-40 then. So it's nothing really particularly scary. Are we looking at the P-40B Warhawk? I'll go to Chinese just to see exactly. Yeah, the P-40 Warhawk. I assume this is the one that we are facing here, the Chinese P-40E. But it's listed in-game differently. Ah, there we go, the H-81A3. Okay, that makes sense. So if we take a look then at what we will be thrown up against it, we'll see how we compare. So we're looking at the K-43-1C. So, the Warhawk obviously does have the maximum speed advantage. They do have a higher a higher cruise speed as well. That is quite a nice cruise speed. There we go. Indeed, endurance is significantly higher over the 43. Our range is significantly better than it would seem. Altitude is much better as well. Climb rate is much better. So this thing has the maneuverability of a freaking whale. Durability is not too massively against us. Of course, the Americans do have the armor, while the Chinese crafters have the armor. It seems, of course, we can carry bombs, but I mean, what's the use of 30-kilogram bombs? It's nothing, really. But of course, we can actually mount the drop tanks and they can't. Service rating, yeah, that's pretty nice. I believe the lower the service rating, the easier it is to maintain, while 3 here is actually fairly complicated. So we do lack in terms of actual armament. We do have the two 12.7mm HO-103 machine guns. He of course has the 4 30 cals and the 2 50 cals. But the thing is, this thing has the maneuverability of a bloody bus. So, let's see, that's below 10,000 feet, 10 to 15, 15 to what, 20. I mean, you take a look at our difference here. If we run at potentially 15,000 feet, look at the service rate, and yeah, they're expensive to maintain, definitely. So if we look at that, we will have, what, more than twice his maneuverability. Yes, we lack in terms of actual gun value, but if we compare that to, let's see, the 1B has less at 5, the 1A has less at 4. We compare that to a 0. Of course, the 0 does have significantly more, but if I compare that to the current Tojo that we have, and the Ki-44s that we currently have, basically the prototype models, and the models that we actually have available to us at the moment in that one squadron, they have 10. Now, of course, they only have the benefit of 2 7.7mm, which aren't exactly amazing, are they? So, I think we have a favourable matchup here. We do have the speed, we have the range as well. I mean, that range is significantly better. And of course the service rating. Now I think what we're going to do here, I'm somewhat tempted to attack the airfield. I mean, I could do that, but what I'm considering here is actually hitting his forces at Ichang with bombers. I mean, that's a lot of men. 163,840 men, that is a lot of men. That's a lot of guns. I mean, that is by far the largest concentration of Chinese troops that we've actually seen to date. Ooh. Enjoy that, Lupus. So I suppose the question does come down to, what do we want to really disable here, or really try to damage? I suppose we could try to hit the Chinese infantry, but is that really going to make a big enough difference to hold Ichang? I think the Ichang will hold really on the merits of the ground troops there. Of course, he's sending even more additional forces over here, but I mean, that's working out fairly well for me. I mean, that's obviously drawn a lot of Chinese troops out. Now, something I didn't see last time is the fact that we can see these Chinese units actually pulling back. They look as though they may be heading to Changsha. Now, if they're heading away from Wuchang, that's actually going to be a amazing little boon for me, as it'll actually give me a little bit of operational breathing space. Now, currently, we still have to defeat this force over here. I think that was the war area headquarters. I mean, of course, I could actually bomb these units over here, which would probably make a nice dent. We could start bombing the actual units here, but I think it's going to come down to establishing aerial supremacy first. If I can act without worries, then probably all the better, and I can then hit these units without issue. Of course, we do have these units over here. 6,000, yeah, so these were the forces that were evicted from Hainan. We're closing on Chuxian over here, which is going to be good. Yeah, we can see his forces are moving back. 6,740 of them. We do have the A detachment of the 22nd Division moving back towards Hangzhou, so they'll be able to link back up and reform the 22nd. Now let's see. We may have forces over here at Anyang that could move there to replace the 22nd. So I have... yes, I do have a infantry regiment, the 78th. The 78th, what do they have in terms of assault value? 126. What do I need to actually maintain our strength at Hangzhou? 160. I should be able to find some additional forces to actually do that. That would, of course, alleviate the responsibility of the 22nd over here. So they're currently rest and training, okay? That's fine. Yeah, we'll take a look at that shortly, don't worry about that. I say, hit Ichang with everything you can now before your forces get destroyed. If they're going to get destroyed, it's not going to be something that we can stop with bombers. Bombers will hurt them, but it won't annihilate them. We don't have that kind of firepower. If we had something equivalent to like squadrons of B-17s, then we can inflict some really heavy damage. But definitely not enough. If we go back and take a look at the losses that the Chinese did suffer, he did suffer something in the region of over 300 disabled. I know that a lot of his actual corps there aren't really in combat shape right now. So I think what we are going to have to do then is bite the bullet here, so to say. What will be, will be. The 34th Division, I'd imagine, would be able to survive the route anyway. But you see here we have 210 squads that are basically disabled at the moment, 111 remaining. So it would be nice to throw the bombers there, but we'll see. I don't think he's going to attack next turn. If he does, I don't know if he could even pull it off then. We do have a level of fortification. We definitely need to build our fortification back up. Fortification's extremely important here. Thankfully, we are building it up in these other cities. It's a shame that we did lose Xinjiang, but that's okay. Yeah, level 3 over here, just reached that now. Maybe worth... I mean, we do have a level of fortification here, but you take a look at the sheer amount of assault value here, it's incredible. Now, of course, I do want to turn down the amount of supplies required here. I was reading up that if he loses a unit, we'll get another unit a year. I think later, or is it a month, at 1/3 of his strength for free. Yeah, he regains those Chinese units, but the thing is they lose all their equipment, so all the artillery that they had is gone. And of course, I'd imagine their experience and morale will be pretty poor. So yeah, I think what we'll do then is, let's see. I may rebase to Kaifeng. At Kaifeng, we do have the aviation support. I do have Ki-27s to actually back us up as well. Not that we'd really need them. But what I'm going to do then is rebase the 54th Sentai. What do we have here in terms of pilots? We do have some Lemon pilots over here, so it may be worthwhile to actually take some of these Lemon pilots out and have them replaced later on. Yeah, they don't deserve to be on the front line. They're not capable yet. So we'll have them transfer to Kaifeng. All 25 planes make it. There we go. So there's Zombie, how you doing, my man? No, we haven't had any carriers sunk yet. Okay. I'm just wondering how that affects the actual performance with the drop tanks on here. What do we have in terms of range then without? So without the drop tanks, I still have a range of 6 hexes. So there, Justin, how you doing, my man? No, we're just getting going. I mean, I say just getting going and 20 minutes has already nearly passed. What we're doing at the moment is we are going to go ahead and complete everything else for the turn, and then we're going to go into the actual pilot training and get that done. But I figure it's probably better to make our decisions over here, and for instance, the 54th Sentai does need actual pilots, well, better pilots. So we'll be able to trade them out later on, like these guys over here with 40 experience will trade them out later on, and actually have superior pilots moved in here. That would be for the best. Of course, our actual squadron would perform significantly better then. As you can see here, the average experience is 58. Obviously, those with 40 well, it is going to drag that down. Well, we have landed at Midway. We do have forces on Midway itself. The thing is, we're waiting for the 24th Regiment to actually unload while unpack the remaining equipment. We have taken a few losses over here. We still have around just under half the actual regiment ready, but that'll be fine. These forces will come back in time. We do have the guns available, the AT guns, infantry guns there already. We do have our HMGs as well. Also, find your worst destroyer models and convert those. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So there won't be a battle at Midway today, but the day after we will have a battle. I will try to run one more air raid on Midway using our carriers before we do leave from that area. That's something we're going to touch on later. So for now, what we're going to do then is we are going to run. I'm going to say escort. Now, I could run sweep missions potentially, but I'm going to go with escort more than anything. I'll run... I mean, do I run 30% combat air patrol? Possibly. Or do I just run escort missions? I could run escort missions with the bombers. I mean, if I sweep the airfield, the thing is we may not actually catch them. I think what we'll do then is we'll run possibly... It's hard to say. It's hard to say. What do you guys think? Do we run 30% of the squadron on combat air patrol? But the thing is, we won't have all our numbers. Well, I could have all of our numbers actually dedicated to the escort and duties. I know, right? That'd be amazing. But yeah, we could have... I think it might be for the best to actually run them entirely on escort. I could have the Ki-27s run combat air patrol potentially. But, I think they'd get chewed up. I'll run them with the drop tanks as well. Yeah, so they have a range of about 12 hexes now. I mean, you take a look at that. Shanghai is 11 hexes away. That is some significant range. Now, our bombers will be coming from primarily Port Arthur. Do have you over here. Can I have you fly out first and foremost? I think it works the opposite way with reconnaissance, doesn't it? So I do want to actually reduce this. As far as I can actually remember. Or do I want that on 0? I honestly can't remember how it works on reconnaissance. Do I want to have that less? Let's see. I need to have this saved somewhere because I always forget which one is which. Anything older than a Fubuki. Yeah, that's something we could definitely do. That's something to consider, really. We do have the Yunyo class already accelerated. Right, so we'll set up our bombing missions here. So we're going to be moving... Well, we're going to hit about 10,000 feet. Probably for the best. We might be able to get away with less... Maybe 9,000, maybe 8,000 feet. I think I might drop it to 8,000 feet. Though, 10,000... No, we'll go with 10,000 feet. Probably the best. We do at least have the benefit of being outside the range of most of his AA then. Assuming he has AA here. But we'll be able to find that one out, won't we? So, we'll aim to hit Changchao. Yeah, up that range a little bit. What's the actual range here is 11. See, the thing is, I'd rather have an airbase actually closer to the front line. I could have their command switched over, but that would be using valuable political points. Read the guide for training, yeah, we'll take a look at that shortly. Yeah, of course we will do. I was looking at the coordination one, but we should be alright, actually. Yeah, this one for bombing. Sorry, yeah, I understand what you mean now. We do have 3 squadrons of Ki-21 1C Sallies. I'm going to use these ones that are in Port Arthur. The reason I'm going to use these ones is because it would be far easier to actually coordinate them, especially as Kai Feng will be in the way of the actual target. Yeah, that'd be a lot easier. So we'll do that then. Of course, we'll set the altitude down. I think we'll go with 10,000 feet. I think that's probably for the safe bet there. So we'll set all the Ki-21 1 Sallies over here to do the same. There we go. Now I do have an additional aircraft that is lacking a pilot. Pilot experience, yeah, some of them are quite poor. I mean, 40 and 35 is very poor. Ground bombing's okay, but I mean, these are going to be the guys that are going to be a reliability. A lot of these men have not flown many missions at all. The most being only 2 missions here. Let's see. Average experience is 57. Average 57. Average is 59. Morale 93, 99, 75. So the morale of the 75th Sentai is very low, actually. We could spend some political points to actually improve the commanders here, which might not be a bad idea. Possibly. But even then, 57 is not bad. 51. 51. It's not bad. It's not bad, really. At the end of the day, these are bombers, and we do need our best commanders actually serving in the fighter squadrons, to be honest. Their job is basically as bomb carriers. Move over the airfield, bomb it, repeat. Right. Now, of course, I do have the Ki-27s. I'm going to run them. I could run them on escort duties as well, just really increase the numbers there. Try and reduce the amount of unescorted bombers. So I'll run them escort with the drop tanks. So 10 to 15,000 feet, 10,000 feet and below. The thing is, you just lack armament, really. Your gun value is absolutely pathetic. So the thing is, do we bother? I'm going to say probably not. I might just have them keep training for the time being and then transfer them out somewhere else in the future. It would be a prime squadron to actually upgrade to a new airframe in the future, though, due to its numbers. But China is really going to be the area where we'll build our experience up. Yeah, I mean, you look at that experience. We do have some good pilots here, but the rest are just absolutely awful. This squadron's definitely going to be a training squadron. We do have some very good pilots with decent experience that will actually help to train them. I mean, look at the difference in defense there. For example, these pilots over here, so Ogawa, Tizuchiya, whatever, they could be moved out. In fact, what I'm going to do here then... retain you. Right. Release most experienced pilot. So Gawa. And you. Okay. So we'll have you remain here. So Haraguchi will train up the 70th Sentai. We're going to be hitting, what is it, Chengsha? Chengsha? No, Chengchao. Yeah, that's what we're going to be hitting. Okay, so we'll have you run escort duties. We'll go over, take a look at our little aid. Yeah, retain and release the best. Right, so escort doesn't actually particularly matter. Let's take a look at this one then. So escort 10,000 feet. Target is what? 40? 70 air? Okay, 40 experience, 70 air. Escort 100 feet. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, the Ka-43 is going to be just concerned with escort and the bombers. I think at the end of the day that will draw out the H-88s, or 81s, the Chinese P-40E Warhawks anyway. So yeah, we'll go with the escort at 10k then. Yeah, 4 to 6 weeks, roughly. Yeah, we'll take a look at the en route. Okay. So escort, you have 10,000 feet. There we go. Yeah, we'll just quickly take a look at the actual ship production, and then you guys can see what we have going and what we don't. So, if we take a look over here, yeah, we do have the Junyo class. Currently accelerated. The en routes, they're not actually on acceleration as of yet. I think what we'll do then is we'll consider accelerating them in the future, but the thing is they aren't going to be arriving until quite later on in the war. What I want to do is actually get through 1942, which is where we'll have a lot of ship production actually. And then once that's done, then we can start to accelerate them. Of course, Shinano has been halted. I have actually ordered the construction to resume on Yamato. Hello there, Paul. How you doing, my man? Yes, we are looking at the 30th of May and then the 1st of December. But of course, we do have the Union class. So we're looking at the 21st of April 1942 and the 19th of July 1942. So they will arrive with some aircraft, which is nice. 53 aircraft, complement. It's not the greatest, but it's decent. Speed looks to be very good. Yeah, much the same. Accelerate Ryuon. Right, okay, the light carrier. Yeah, sure, we can do that. Should be accelerated then. Yeah, that should be quite a good time, actually. We'll see actually how much time that takes off that in the future. We'll have Shoho actually arrive in about 37 days. Okay. So that's going to run there. Those K-27Bs of the 70 Sentai can obviously run. Now, I can't assign any additional pilots here. Have I actually taken those pilots then? Where have they gone? What easier war games can you recommend? I mean, War of the East, it looks daunting, but it's actually fairly easy to play. It's not too difficult. Right, I want them to actually... reserve, perhaps? Left click to send to General Reserve, right click to make active in group. Okay, so send to General Reserve, I guess. Or do I want them somewhere else? Active. Group. Well, we'll send them to the General Reserve at the moment. Not you. There we go. Now I can add the actual pilots back in here. Yeah, we'll definitely get to that. But yeah, I definitely recommend War in the East. That's really good. I mean, that's a solid war game. It is, there's a lot there, there's a lot to be mastered, but it's not like the most inapproachable game ever. Okay. I think what we're going to do here is actually drop the inexperienced pilots. Yeah, we're just starting on that one. Indeed. I mean, it's actually really interesting, I suppose. See, I'd be looking at actually removing the pilots with minus 60 experience over here, actually out. Just to get them going. I don't want them here. Double check that you did not accidentally pick up experienced pilots. That's a good point. Uncommon Valor. I don't think I've actually played Uncommon Valor. No, it doesn't look like we picked up anybody who's any more experienced. We do have a Gawa. Have I actually sent them to the actual bloody thing or what? Oh, is it going to take them a turn to arrive then? Okay. See, next to the name of an air unit, there's a button called Automatic. Does that, like, automatically add pilots back in? Right. Oh, right, okay. Manual. Oh, I see. Oh, awesome. So, train, perhaps? I mean, this is obviously going to be a training squadron, isn't it? Yeah, all these guys are less than trained. Barnaby's obviously top pilots here. Okay. But as I said, we'll get through the turn and then we'll decide on everything else like that shortly. So I do have some reconnaissance flights over here. Now, Major. When it comes to reconnaissance, obviously I keep forgetting this one. Do I want to run it with less? Would I actually be able to have something like this functional? Or do I need to have, let's say, I don't know, let's say, for example, a third of the squadron out there on search, will the rest obviously then add? Right, that's to add pilots, okay. So basically what we do then is obviously go here. Set the add pilots high for combat wings, yep. Obviously that makes sense. And I'm expecting the 70th Sentai to be a training wing, to be honest. Though, we could... I mean, the thing is, I'd rather not have KI-27s used in combat, really. No more so than, really, where we can't avoid it. We are going to be building up our numbers of KI-43s, but it's going to obviously take some time. Okay. So we'll go through the rest of the time, we'll get that done, and we'll go from there. Now, I do have some KI-51s over here. Not exactly great, are they? They do carry cameras, though, so that is rather interesting. They seem to be more reconnaissance than anything. So if you want to fly pure reconnaissance, the reconnaissance mission is fine. Okay. So just leave them on reconnaissance. So just like 0 and a little bit on rest. Right, okay. Well, we'll have about 20% of the squadron train. I think that's why I've not been getting that much information, due to the fact that I've been confused in naval search and reconnaissance. Now you're currently running... Well, you're training. Xinjiang. Okay, Chengchao. Though I don't need to run it over here, do I? I do have some fairly good detection. I think what we'll probably do then is look at running it over Changsha. Right, okay. So what you're saying is we really want to have, obviously, a good amount of reconnaissance planes out there, rather than running them in smaller numbers. That makes sense. Okay. So, for all your reconnaissance units, use the divide button. That's interesting. Okay. I'd imagine, yeah, use divide where it can be used applicably. Yeah, that does make a lot more sense. That's fantastic. Okay, we'll do that then. We'll operate like so. What sort of altitude do we want to operate over land, Ben? Does it matter too much? I think 6,000 obviously is for naval, but when it comes to reconnaissance, is it such a major issue? I suppose it's probably worth to run reconnaissance over to Chang. Okay. Ah. That makes a lot of sense. Of course, we can actually cover far more targets now. He does have planes over here, actually, Kukong. Now, currently I do have reconnaissance over Kukong, but it definitely looks like he may... I can't remember if he was flying P-40s down here, but that will be interesting. Anything above 10k is fine, in my opinion. Is that obviously due to the, well, AA. Okay. Now... Let's see what we have. We are running reconnaissance here, but I'll keep it up at Changchao just in case, so that at least we will have a detection level increase. Flag takes a toll now and again, maybe 15 to 20k after Fortitude to account for better allied flag. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, naval surge. What we are going to do then is actually tell our supply transports to stop supplying New Chang due to the fact we do have a lot of supply there. Far, far more than I wish we actually did have, to be honest. I'd not like to lose that much, but if it happens, it happens. Also, from a general organisation standpoint, I'd pick certain backwater bases to be train centres and move all the train squadrons there. Yeah. See, the reason is I'd move the 70th Sentai from Kaifeng, but most of their planes are actually up for maintenance, so once all the planes are ready, I'll move them into Manchuria, to be honest. That's the plan anyway. Now, where do I want to actually supply? That's a question. I'd imagine potentially these troops out this way. I'd imagine, yeah, they're not receiving much in the way of supply. So we'll go ahead and supply them, I think. It does make me wonder, are we going to lose numbers here due to the operational? But we'll see. For example, I'd move all the nates on train into Harbin in Manchuria. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. It would make things significantly easier, wouldn't it? They're on a railroad. Oh, so can they actually move strategically? Or will they just move without issues then? Planes at an airbase on a railroad can be railed out of the base, so the flyable planes will move to Harbin. The inflyable planes will take the trains. Will that happen automatically, or will that be something I have to set up manually then? As in, like, tell them a destination? But that's good information there to know. Right, let's see what we have here. So I can divide this unit. Are these... Right, these are torpedo bombers. They're not doing any good there, are they, though? The flyable planes fly, the unflyable ones turn up at the base a day or two later. Well, that's really good information, man. I didn't know that one, thank you. Okay, so I'll have you actually based out here in Shanghai. At least then, if needs be, you can actually contribute to defense or ASW. Okay, just tell them what base to transfer to the flyable planes rebase immediately. Okay, that's cool. I like that. Right, we do have these level bombers here. then these transports over here. They're also looking at Yuchang. Well, what I'll do is I'll put 20% of the squadron to rest. I'm going to supply these 2 divisions out this way. Don't think we're lacking elsewhere. Possibly here. But they do have a base where they do have supply. Okay, I do want to make sure well then again, probably, yeah, I'd say that's probably not the best move to make, actually, considering the fact that these supplies probably will be wasted for the most part. I'd rather be in bases where they can collect. Not much in Suzhou. What do we have in terms of actual supply over here then in the north? We are lacking here. Might be worthwhile to actually supply here. Well, we're just going to be getting started with that shortly. I mean, what we're doing now is actually using our planes out here. Deciding where to actually supply. I think I'm going to actually change to supplying these forces over here. As we actually do have something approximating a base there. So I feel they'd probably not go wasted. Yeah, we're doing like normal turn stuff, give or take, and then we'll obviously mix that up. I don't think there's too terribly much of the normal turn stuff to actually really do. Alright then, okay. So if we have a Top Gun school in Harbin for the Japanese, what's going to be our Japanese goose then? I'm going to have to hear some Japanese Top Gun names. So you've set yourself up now. You've got to deliver. Right, can't divide that unit. You're currently running reconnaissance over Kukong. I noticed that we're not seeing the Chinese units here, so I think what I'll do is actually potentially leave them to run reconnaissance on random. You're hitting Wuchao. Yeah, not many of you there really, is there? How does Danger Zone sound in Chinese? Sorry, Japanese. I know, right? Captain something wrong. I like it. Right. I can't divide that unit. Sucks. Okay, we do have one unit running reconnaissance there. I think I might have them run reconnaissance at Luoyang, considering I don't have any information there. Or I could run the... Yeah, what we'll do then is you continue to run Chengchao. We'll have the forces over here at Hankao. Hankao? Run over here then at Luoyang. We too low. I'm liking it. Very good, very good. Okay. So of course these forces need to be sent back now. Now it looks as though he's actually headed for the base over here then, potentially. Saburo Sakai. That's a badass name. Okay, these men will head back to Suzhou. What we are going to do then is, let's see, over here, well, not these troops, but over here, I do have a regiment. I'm going to send the regiment out down to the base at Hangzhou. Right, they're currently moving. Okay, so we'll take the 78th, have them actually rail down to Hangzhou. Okay. Now, what should we do here? Because we do have a couple divisions on the actual rail lines. As I did touch upon in the last episode as, well, really as to how do we want to deploy them. So bring up the drawing tool. So what I'm thinking here is potentially taking a division or two from our staging area. Having that, of course, sent down over here to Huainan. And then with the 15th, 17th, I think maybe 3 divisions and artillery, potentially support and armor would be enough. But the idea is to, well, then to push up towards Xinjiang. The question is that enough? We do have a division here. Of course, Ichang is being bludgeoned at the moment. I do have, I think, 2 divisions here. Yeah, Sayonara. I like it. We will have, I think we have potentially another 2 divisions here unless they've already moved. Oh, they might be about here. I think they were about there. But what I'm thinking is, obviously, I'd say 3 divisions, then what we have here would be sufficient to take Xinjiang back. Especially as he only has 40,000 troops. The reason for this is I'm going to have the offensive over here roll on continuously. That's the plan. Will rest of the division have a fresh division, rest of the division have a fresh division. Finesse is nice and all, but your best bet is just smashing west into Changchao, then onto Xinjiang. True. I don't think we'll lose much in the way of power if I actually detach 1 division here. We'd still then have many divisions available. What I wanted to do is actually to secure Xinjiang once again, and then have this rail line open. The train is good and you want to reopen the rail line ASAP. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. I think the 15th, 17th division, then potentially 1 more division here, potentially some additional armor or artillery, would definitely bludgeon their way up to Xinjiang. The thing is, the forces I have in this area are a little bit precarious at the moment. The Chinese do have 160,000 men here, supposedly. So, should Ichang fall, I'm a little bit worried about actually losing the numbers here. Yeah. This is nice, clear terrain, but the thing is, how much quicker would we move if we were able to move strategically? That's what I want to do. I suppose it is a little bit of a finesse plan, but I do think it's worthwhile. Now, if we take a look at what we have here. So currently I have the 25th. Your current map doesn't show all the road networks. Is that true? Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, Z's for... There we go. Yeah, R, so for the road networks. Aye. Yeah, so it's actually quite open and, well, passable here. Okay. I'm going to take 1 division, though. I know I'll have 2 divisions here, but I think having a 3rd division here will actually give us some tactical flexibility. Well, operational flexibility. What I'd like to do is obviously secure Xinjiang. And then if possible, I'd like to actually march on Nanyang. Yeah, so I'm going to settle for the division. So we have the 25th, 14th, 24th, 12th, 29th, 110th. We'll take a look at what we have. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, actually. Have a division to hold here. Potentially another division to aid potentially over this way. And then we'll have 1 to head north towards Nanyang. And then on towards Xi'an, where we do have oil. Yeah. With its actual resources. Well, the thing is we can always move these divisions back anyway. So let's see. Division. I'm going to take the weaker division, though. So 406, the 110th. True. But I'm going to take the 110th. So we'll have the 110th move to Huainan. The remainder 29th, 12th, 24th, 14th and 25th divisions will obviously move along this path here. Do I have the other divisions? We do then, of course, have the 41st and the 37th Division to come soon. As many divisions as you have, 3 should form over as many tank regiments as you can get and attack. Yeah, they're marching on here. Okay. Now, I do have these other ones on strategic, but now we've made a decision here. Yeah, that's what I want. Well, what I'd like to do is actually take the... Is it the 104th Division? I would like to take the 104th Division and march them to Kukong. And then northwards to Henyang. Currently, numbers there look relatively light. What I'd like to do is approach Changsha. So what I'd like to do is actually approach this way. Secure this. Because if I secure this on the other side of the river, then, well, we're really quids in, to be honest. Because at the end of the day, once we have a position across the river, then we aren't going to be facing these shock attacks. Well, of course, we'll have a shock attack across, but I think it's probably for the best to take that. And then we can march on, take Changsha with forces this way as well, basically pincer them. That's what I want to do. Once you're in Changsha with your tanks, I'll tell you how to get the tanks to chase down retreating Chinese units. Yeah, that'd be fantastic, actually. I found tanks to actually be somewhat less than stellar recently. Okay, so we do have 104th. I'm going to begin then marching now. So it's going to take them a day to unpack, but what we are going to do then is start to march. We're going to march to Kukong. Yeah, we're trying for Kukong here. So we'll begin the march. I'm going to send them with some artillery. Now, I think in our actual house rules, I can only have 2 artillery brigades per division. So we'll send the largest ones. 39 guns. Those are mortars, however. Okay, we do have mortars here. Yeah, I think we can win the war in China. So that's selfish. How you doing, my man? Right, howitzers. They will move. Yeah, big guns there. Wow, those are big guns. Okay, so they will accompany the 104th Division. Set all to follow. Is it? Let's see. Yeah, 28 centimeter mortars. Those are some big boys, aren't they? Yeah, Wu Zhao. Well, we will have the 38th ready then. You have an attack to... Nanning. Yeah, Nanning has some nice resources there. And then, well, I mean, Liu Chu. Well, Liu Chao, Lao Chao, however the fuck you say it, has a good amount too. Okay, I'll go ahead and say that... 300mm miles, Jesus Christ. I'll go ahead and say that we can use some additional artillery then. I sent THG a message, I'll see when he gets back to me. I suppose it's probably a little bit, like, silly, isn't it? I suppose at the end of the day, we're not sending, like, basically Death Stars, we are sending just additional mortars, aren't we? Okay, you can follow up. Right, you go, you stay. Okay, plan for Kukong. Then again, we'll plan for Changsha actually. Right, the units that aren't going, of course, are going to be resting. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, artillery divisions, that's crazy. Okay, that can go as well. There's just times when I wish the UI was just better. Okay, I'm gonna send 3 gun battalions. Okay, I'll send them the heavy artillery as well, why not? Yeah, fuck it, take the heavy artillery. Right, fuck it, take the rest. 6 artillery battalions then. Okay, we should be good there. Of course, we do need more supply there. That's something that will be sorted at some point in the future. It does look as though his progress has actually stopped here for the moment. Okay. What are we looking at here? 35, 22. I don't think they'll arrive the next day. I think it's going to be about 2 days before they arrive here, approximately. I mean, what's the terrain like? Rough, yeah. I mean, that's the thing that lets it down to a degree, is just the UI in some cases. Pain in the arse. I do weirdly love it though, strange. Really a big love-hate relationship. Yeah, they just need to get the hell out of Dodge. Now, I do have 2 infantry regiments here. Why do I have 2 regiments here? They are controlling the cross-section here, the actual intersection. I suppose at the end of the day, but again, I mean, why are they here? Not 1 step back. That's the Russian talking. I'd like to reform the 38th. Oh god. I can imagine. Okay, I'd say China's done here for the most part. Barring here, I do need to get the rest of the forces actually marching. Okay, so we are going to go with basically everything barring... yeah, the north of China's wasteland. Okay, so everything barring the 110th Division is going to move forward. Barring the 77th, which is going to move elsewhere, and the 77th, which is going to stay here. 78th is moving, 77th is staying. Actually, no, you're here. Actually, no. The 78th can stay. Okay. Yeah, that's what we're going to do now. Take them off the lines. Though, I am going to leave. I'm actually going to send some artillery that way. 30 centimeter howitzers, Jesus. The rest can stay. The AA will be very handy. Okay. Who actually has the most progress here? Right. Everybody follow the 14th. Why not? Okay, that works for me. Yep, so the rest of these forces are now going to begin to move. Yeah, that would be amazing. Those forces are marching back. I mean, really what I'm trying to do is actually reorganize. We will have our 2 divisions here. Do they? Ah, man, I want some ice cream too. Okay. In fairness, I would like them to be elsewhere. Okay, I'll have them sent to Shanghai so I can move them out via rail. Wuchao. We'll look at that in a moment. God damn it, guys, you make me really want some ice cream. I've not had fucking ice cream for so long now. I don't think I've had chocolate for about a month now either. I hate going down. I did make a very nice lemon and lime, like, Thai red curry the other day. That was nice. Well, stop making me sound like a fat shit, because I'm hungry. Right, we'll have it sent to Shanghai to be used then. Right, Wu Chao. Okay, we'll take the 2 elements of the 38th then. They'll head to Wu Chao. Okay. Pretty much, I suppose. So what will you do with the forces in China when you move there? When you win there, move west or east? Well, fucking hell. Ideally, we won't have to fight against the Soviets. But a lot of them obviously will move into India for the most part. A lot of them would really do very well to obviously secure the Dutch East Indies. I'd have the majority though. Well, a good amount actually moved into the Pacific. Really, different islands. Probably a good few in the Philippines. Would you bring me some ice cream there, Major? Because I kind of fancy some ice cream. Right, there we go. Yeah, the Chinese are lacking bombers here. They do have some, but they're not very good. But with that, I would say that China is, for the most part, done there. I know it's taken a long time, but we have done a lot of talking. Now, we do have our armor to move here. We do have our troops beginning to move as well. So you're going to head for Taiping. I think, I suppose the issue is, like, where do I begin to plan? I'll let them build up that plan, because, end of the day, if I keep continuously knocking it down, it's going to be worthless. Ah, you got some fucking apple pie, man. I'm hungry. Supposedly there's an, enemy unit here. Right, set all of them for Taiping. How much support will I actually have here? 21 aviation. A good amount of support, actually. Have them all planned for Singapore. Okay. He's indeed, isn't he? Right, there we go. Okay, so the question comes down to... We are lacking some supply over here. Yeah, we are going to push down, of course. Now, do we detach some forces to take Georgetown? I'm actually going to leave that. I think what I'm going to do is actually have our forces bypass Georgetown for the most part. I'll have something to follow up to deal with Georgetown. The rest will ignore it. I could have a naval guard actually deal with that. Now, these engineers... I think I'll have them remain here. I guess I'll have them come along. Check the road network. Yeah. We can bypass Georgetown, which is good news. It does have a connection to the south. I think I'll have the SNLF or the Naval Guard to take that. I'm not going to have the infantry slow down the infantry battalions. Right, I do have my L3s over here. Now, I'm going to actually send some supply over here to a low star. If it doesn't, leave it. Okay. Yeah, we will have, we have our forces coming back from over here to Chiang Mai. Well, hot shit. Right, okay, you can't bypass Georgetown. Let's double check. Ah, yes, you're right, and it's just a track. Okay. That's fine, then. We'll do that, then. Well spotted. Set all to march. Right, there we go. He only has around about, what, 720 troops, so not many. Only half that would be, like, combat effective. I didn't think we'd actually have an RTA division move, so the second's actually moving, so fair enough. Terrible, terrible going over here. I'd be best off running some reconnaissance to see what I can do. I'm half tempted to have them return. We'll decide on that one, because I actually didn't want them to go there, did I? But now that they're there, is it worthwhile to keep them marching? We'll see. If anything, just to block a rail line here. Right, okay. Fair enough point, really, isn't it? I don't really need the aviation support here, do I? I could do with that elsewhere. So I'm going to have you actually move over here to the base and then obviously put you on the rail line. Right, so the question is now... We have our carrier escorts over here. They're heading to Cam Bay as we speak. The issue, however... Right, tell them do not unload for the fucking love of God. Now, the actual thing is over here, as of course our Zeros are carrier capable but not trained. Now, I have set the L3s over here to drop supply at a low star. I could base our pilots over there, the actual fighters from the carriers over there. So that is a potential possibility. So I really am interested in what you guys think. Do we do that? We'd have only 21 aviation support, however. Actually, up the amount of supply required there. I think what I may do is actually take some of the other aircraft from Kotobaru. I'm half tempted to actually have the G3M2 Nels head back over here to Sok. Of course, they wouldn't be able to drop torpedoes then, so it wouldn't be worthwhile, would it? Right, supply a low star will disappear and return R2 is on a rail line. Okay. Well, I've told them to actually stockpile the supply there, so ideally they should do that. I see I'm half tempted to take these AVs and actually have them move to Batani. Okay. So you think we'll be alright then? Actually, I suppose what I can do is... aviation support is 36 plus 32, so that is making it so we do have enough. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely over our limit here. Yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah, that's true. Now, of course, I mean, I don't know about heavy ships. I mean, he has a heavy cruiser, but he only has one of those as far as we can tell. The range is it's fairly distant. What we could do, I suppose, is actually focus down this way. Which I think we might do. Yeah, we'll do that. Right, so we'll stop the airfield attacks. We did hit Johobru. We've inflicted somewhat damage there. That's fine by me. So what I'll do then is naval attack. Search, have 20% of the squadron out. At... what we're thinking here for torpedoes, 8,000 feet? Yeah, we do have 18 hexes of range. What we'll do then is we'll actually aim to hit them as they move further up then. Oh no, there would be AA fire from Singapore, don't worry about that one, Sunshine. It's not the actual destroyers we need to worry about, it's the sheer amount of guns he has here. That's where the AA is going to come from. Right. That explains why. Yeah, I just realized that. Right. Let's try... I really do want that fairly narrow. Okay, that'd be perfect, actually. We'll run with that. Also, it's blue more coverage. Black keys... I think black lines mean day and night. Or basically all day coverage, sorry, all day. So I could get away with that, actually. Yeah, we'll run with that, then. Double check both squadrons are running correctly. Altitude's 8,000 feet. See, I do have the capability to actually give them some reserves. We do have a good reserve of G3s. It's quite nice. There we go. Now we'll cancel the bombing runs over here. I do think what I'm going to do here, actually, is... Let's see. I'll take this squadron. And what I'm going to do with these bad boys is I'm going to have them actually patrol this area. Because we don't have anything patrolling this area right now. Yeah, it's... The issue is, Carl, if we fly over Singapore, there's always a chance that we'll hit, let's say, this or something that comes out of Singapore. I don't want to take the risk of getting drawn into Singapore. It's not worth it just to hit this one destroyer in AM. We might end up losing a lot of aircraft then. I think 40... Yeah, that's what I'm thinking here. So actually, what I'll do is I'll just patrol this area, the actual Sulu Sea. We'll do that then. Yeah, I think that'd make for a good idea. Right, that looks good. Obviously, there's no way we need that many. I can get away with about... we'll have 30% of them on search then. Okay. Now, how do we use these other bombers? How do we use them? I need to destroy more fighters in this area, I think. Well, you'd be surprised. I mean, yes, we can do that, but I don't think it's worth it just for that. It's like, it'd be a nice target, but I don't think it's worth it. Nah, the game's not hard to play. It's just one of these of, you've got to be willing to learn, to be honest. Once you actually are willing to learn, you can definitely enjoy it. Naval attack patrol near the Philippines. Okay, well, what we'll do then is we'll have the G4s, for the most part, operating down this way. But what I'm going to do is actually take one of these squadrons, this one over here, and I'm going to have it patrol the Andaman Sea. Have them patrol that area. The actual, well, the entranceway this way, for the most part. Okay, I think that'll look good. So I'll have them patrol like so. I do have some additional G4s over here that I can have patrol this area too. Definitely lacking numbers here, which I find interesting. Yeah, I think that'll be nice. Send the Sallies to bomb. Right, yeah, that's a good question. So how do we wish to actually use the Sallies? Do we think we're at a point to actually attempt to hit Singapore? Or do we want to actually bomb Mersing, for example? So that's a possibility. What do we reckon, guys? Yeah, that durability is a very big deal. I'd imagine I have the actual fighters to escort over Singapore, potentially. I don't think it's the fighters that are going to be really the issue for the most part. I think it's going to be the AA. So what do we think? Do we bomb at Mersing or do we bomb at Singapore? I would say hit Singapore. If people agree, then we'll use these sallies to actually consider. Yeah. We do have a fair number of them, I suppose. What's their range? 12. Don't hit Singapore. Well, they're out of range on it at the moment. But what we'll do then with them in the meantime is I might have them. I could hit Kuantan. I mean, Mersing's just a little bit out of range. Yeah. Well, what we'll do then is we'll see how we fare then in the coming turns, in the coming days. And we'll try and knock out a few more of these actual planes. I really need some additional aircraft space over here, to be honest. Once I have that additional space, I'll actually transfer them over. I suppose we'll have them bomb Mersing then. Yeah. What's your range? 11. Range is 12, so you're just out. I mean, we talked about this one at Kotobaru, but I don't think it's worthwhile, to be honest. We do have a ton of units sitting here, but the thing is that it's like, I'd rather use naval transportation to move them down here. Or once we actually have the rail lines, move them via rail. It's just I don't want to march through that awful, awful jungle. Okay. What I'm actually going to do is up the amount of combat air patrol here. Your fatigue's rising pretty rapidly here. I mean, we could do, I just don't think it's worthwhile marching them to Georgetown. I'd rather march them here than straight down. I mean, my concession is I'll move them to Taiping once Taiping has been secured. At least we'll actually have a clear terrain to make use of here. As in 20k supply? We're talking about these zeros now. Alright, fair enough. Alright, fair enough. If people want me to do that, then sure. I just think it's one of those things where it doesn't make a massive difference. I'll keep the naval guard here, though. leave the AA here. Okay, good. They're going to remain in position. Okay. Alright then. So we'll run then 17, 16. Well, actually, we'll run 18, 17, 16, and 15. Oh, actually. Well, what we'll do then is we'll have one squadron fly 19. Another one can fly 17. Another 16. And the remainder 15. So I'm running them all at combat air patrol at 20%. So I'll leave a fair few planes actually ready there. And then obviously the rest will be set to escort. We'll have these troops land here, the 22nd Reconnaissance and the 18th Mountain Guns. Port 1. 1. Singora has a port capacity of 2. So I'll actually have them head to Singora. They'll actually unload sooner. There we go. We'll also have some additional destroyers and patrol boats here. Destroying minesweepers as well, which is quite nice. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, so I'd say that's probably... yeah, what we'll be doing. Strange, we did see our 43 A's actually sweep down here, didn't we? You're in combat air patrol. I'll have you run at 18,000 feet. Yeah, that fatigue's actually really quite low. So run 20, 30, I guess. Ah, that's why. I'll have 30% of them run combat air patrol, then I'll have... Well, question is, they're not going to be able to escort them anyway, are they? Well, then again... No, they could, yeah, okay. So 30% and then, yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be extra assets for escort duties. How are the 1Bs doing? Yeah, a few of them are repairing and they'll be ready in a day. I'm going to take them off a combat air patrol, actually put 20% of them on... Yeah, fatigue's up there. So in fairness, you're actually set to escort, aren't you? So what I'll do then is I'll put this to about 70% rest and 30% combat air patrol. 14,000 feet again. And then at least I'll give that squadron some time to rest there. A little bit of maintenance to do them some good. Okay, so what do we have here? KI-27. 143rd. Right. Have you move via rail to Bangkok? We'll reorganize the unit then. Okay. Though I think actually what I'm going to do... remember when you are doing training... Yeah, I know, it's fucking shit. I don't know if we'll do it all in one session. It depends on how much patience I have for it, to be honest. So I do obviously want to get the turn moving. Right. Now over here, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to set a waypoint first. I'm going to at first head north. Then along that route. The reason for that... Direct loan. Right. The reason I'm going to do this maneuver is rather than head like that or something. I don't want to give THG any indication of that. So what I'm going to do is head north, then head like that, and then like that. Ideally, I'll be out of his actual range or detection around about here, give or take. I'd rather him have... I'd rather him guess, is he heading to Wake? Is he headed to Japan? Is he headed into the Philippines? Is he heading fucking, I don't know, fucking somewhere random? But I don't want him to suspect really what's going on to the south. Now, what I'm going to do here... Let's see. See, we're currently running naval attack with ASW here. What I'm going to do is... Shock midway. We'll wait a day. We'll have one more bombing run, and then we'll shock midway. Yeah, as regards to the anti-submarine warfare, we will set up the actual search arcs as we're leaving. But right now, we do have some good indication of where the enemy is. I am going to spend possibly a turn. I was considering there for a moment, do we run at top speed for a turn? But I don't think it'd do us any good. I could probably, let's see. I'd say wait a day. The reason for that is at least this unit will be unpacked and we won't sustain heavier casualties than we need to. We'll also have an airstrike to go out here. So I think we'll wait one more day and then we'll shock attack. Or deliberate attack, but I'm gonna wait a day, I think. I think it's probably for the best. Okay, so we have our forces moving here. They're gonna head back to Tarawa. This little move's gonna be pulled off next turn. Yes, we'll take Savi, ideally. He's not gonna reinforce Midway. If he reinforces Midway, I'd be surprised, but I doubt he's gonna reinforce Midway. I don't know. Try to deliver it with an unloaded unit. Okay, I'll concede on that one then. We'll try a deliberate then with this unit. But I'm not entirely certain. I think we probably do need the numbers. I know we can take the island. It's just I don't want to take unnecessary casualties. I don't know, what's the general consensus here? If people support a deliberate attack, I'll go for a deliberate attack now with both units. But I would like to make sure I do have a general consensus here. Hmm. I mean, that's... I mean, I might be... well... We do have our guns there. So I suppose the 24th could probably go for it. Can you give us the latest combat report for Midway? I like that, Shannon. That's a good one. Okay, we'll take a look at the combat report. Right, we'll find it be near the bottom somewhere. A Chang. So, of course, he has taken some further casualties from the light bombardments. Right, I was trying to find it now. I mean, that was our ground attack, which inflicted 112 casualties. Wait, if I'm seeing air attacks, I should see Midway somewhere. Oh, of course, the combat at Midway was the turn before, wasn't it? Yeah, that was the turn before. I don't know. I might go with a deliberate attack then. Okay, I'll concede to a deliberate attack. I may look and see if we do have a better leader. He's actually fairly good. Okay, well, we'll do that then. Yeah, you never want to shock it against American troops. Okay, we'll go for that then. Ideally that works out for us. Okay. Oh. Right, they're all marching to Batangas. I'm waiting for the rest of my units to arrive here. I'm actually going to tell them to rest and train for the moment. Yeah, take Alaska and Prospect for oil. Okay, I'd say that is about it for the rest of the actual turn. I think it's now just the actual pilot training. So Lupus Volpus and myself just had our Guadalcanal carrier clash. Did you? Do tell, how did that go? Right. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else here, and I think we're alright. Well, what we're going to do is actually just take a quick look at the tracker here. Industry. Okay. What are we looking at then in terms of resources? Yep, so we are seeing a natural... That's very good then. Fantastic. Right. Now we're starting to see progress here. So you can see we've actually reached levels. So we're at now 4,657,000 tons. So that is turn 14. We've actually reached levels similar, actually higher than we did at turn 8. So this is very good news then. This shows that the actual convoy system is doing its job and resources are making their way into Japan and we actually are rebuilding our surplus. Now of course if we can reach the pre-war levels, that'd be very good. Or just on the eve of war levels, that'd be very good. But that's good, that's encouraging. I think we need to keep it right. We'll let you know in a bit, we're currently flipping turns. Yeah, exactly. Right, so I did just get a message here from THG. Okay. Yeah, so he says he doesn't feel too happy about the idea of like a Death Star of artillery. So he says he would prefer to not have something like that. Yeah, says if 2 artilleries per standard and not an outrageous number, I think that sounds fine. If I asked him about mortars, says he doesn't know much about mortars. So I think when it comes to actual artillery regiments, we'll limit it to 2, and then with mortars, I suppose it could be something akin to fair game. Okay, so at least we have that clarification on our rules there. Okay. Right then, so how are we going to go about the actual pilot training then? I mean, this is what I've been looking forward to for the remainder of my bloody life. Right. I mean, if you can find an actual forum post to send to him, that probably... Well, if you can find me a forum post or something to actually detail that, then I'd be more than happy to send that to him. It's just obviously I want to send him some evidence just to make sure he doesn't think I'm, like, taking the piss. That's the only worry I've got, really. The CV Wrong Island. That's an amazing name. Right, so I think what we'll do then is, let's look for our largest airbase then. 1 of 15 groups, yeah. Okay. So I think what we're going to do then is we're going to rebase the fighters in Manchuria to Harbin to make things easier. And then we'll go from there for the most part. Right, I do have some fighters here actually. Right, transfer to Harbin. Yeah, made them train above Vladivostok. Okay, cheers, mate. I mean, I'd appreciate that. It's just obviously I don't want him to think that I'm taking the piss. The partisans in Thailand. Now, see, we do have the RTA divisions returning from Chiang Mai. I do have this guy over here, but I'm actually going to send him back. I don't think it's worth it to send him all that way. It's been a waste of time there, but I honestly didn't expect him to move out there. Or do I? I mean, what's the terrain like? It's jungle rough, so they'd spend a long time marching. I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, well... I'll speak to him a little bit more about it or something, we'll see. His feelings may change on it. Okay, wow, we're making really good progress there. So we're looking like we'll be attacking next turn. Fantastic. That's what I want to see. Okay, what we are going to do then is we are going to start to march the 15th north. Immediately. Okay. I do have 17th Division moving to Hainan now, so they're going to march. Okay. So we'll have a division arrive down here, the 104th, or no, the 114th, or the 110th, it was one of those, with some artillery. The 15th is already going to begin to march, they can defeat this force, and then we can begin to march on Xinjiang. I mean, it's supposedly saying about 105,000 troops, so that's some large numbers. Okay, so what we'll do then is obviously continue to move our fighters to Harbin. Obviously, if they can't make it via their own steam, they'll be carried by rail in the following days. I don't think we have terribly large amounts of fighters in Manchuria. Here we go, we have some more here. Right, how we're looking. Yeah, plenty of room here. Does make it significantly easier to keep track of them, doesn't it? Okay, so we're going to set up Japanese Top Gun. I think that's all of the Manchurian fighters. Yeah, it looks that way. Okay, so what other airfields do we have that's comparable? I do have Mukden. Air capacity 6. Probably need a few more airfields for bombers, to be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna look at bomber school now. Level 4 airfield's not bad. Level 4 here, okay. But I could even move them to Port Arthur, but I think that's a little bit close to danger. Though, yeah, I'd say a bit too close. Okay, so transfer to Mukden. Yeah, man, the scout school would obviously make sense. Have you handpicked the Palace of Train squadrons to have? Right. Are you talking about the actual commanders of these squadrons? Because we can do that. Yeah, naval school, yep. Okay, how we're looking here. Oh yeah, plenty of room. And these salaries will obviously gain experience in the field. Okay, yeah, we'll do that then. Okay, I think we have... Right, you're running reconnaissance over Luoyang. I can actually divide by unit. You may want to swap out Sally's in the rear with obsolete trainers. Yeah. Okay, so I'd like you to run reconnaissance then. Let's see. There we go. Well, to be honest, we do have most of our reconnaissance craft here, so I might as well keep them here. Yeah, it's a size 4 airfield, so it's not bad. Right, that's looking fine. We'll start with our fighters. What do we have here? We do have some K-27s, okay. Almost missed them. Right. So how should we go about this then? How do we want to do this then? I think what I'm going to do then is actually look through these squadrons. Take the guys with the most experience out. I'll leave one in if we have them. Like, for example, Nakada can stay. But I'd say Yoshioka, I'll take out and have him sent elsewhere. Though, no, actually, you can stay here for the time being. At what point do we actually want to move them to the front line? Harvest 65 plus, okay. Right, dump them all to General Reserve and then redraw pilots. Okay, we'll do it like that. So just reserve like so. Okay. So I suppose he's the guy who has to stay. So release. Okay. Take out any 150 plus. Yeah, fresh-faced idiots. I like it. Okay, so let's see here. So, request veteran. Right, well, what we'll do then is we'll put them all back in then. And then we'll do it like that, I guess. I don't know, I think people do different ways, don't they? Actually. Right, if I have them assigned, will that do? So from reserve. Right, are these different? Yeah, these are different pilots then. Okay. Alright, fair enough. At least we understand how that works. So I'll assign the rest back from the veterans. Didn't realize. Ah, no, they've gone. Okay, good, good. Right, that's good then. So if I now look here, if we go back to request veteran, okay, that's good then. Right, at least we understand how that works. Okay, so we'll start off by taking the best pilots. Release the most experienced. If you dump every fighter pilot from every squadron into the reserve, you can then rearrange based on needs. Which one should we do then? Which method should we go for? Dump everybody into reserve, or dump the the experts into reserve and then go from there? Right. The numpties in the reserve are gone. Oh dear. Right, clear out the reserve, yep, then fill up the squad with fresh-faced idiots. Okay. Right, we'll do that, I guess. So, release you. Do we want them to move to the... Right, I'll move you to reserve. Okay, so off you pop. So I'll just double check he's actually in there. No. He's here. Okay. Group is training command. Alright, okay. I'll just send them to the all to the same mission at the moment. Yeah, there's no one in that reserve. Okay. So we're going to consider, like, what? Right. At what experience level then should we send them to the front lines? So from 60, the front line squadrons get 60 experience plus. Okay. So do I want to actually send him to reserve rather than group? I'll just see what happens there. So if I send you to group reserve, where do you actually go? So if I now go, or not, if I now go here, quest veteran. Right, okay. I mean, I do agree with you guys. It's just, obviously it's the first time we're doing something like this. Right. So these guys better go back in. So release the least experienced. Right. Okay, so they're going back. Right, group reserve is them sits around at the airbase drinking sake. Oh, so is this showing everybody here? Okay. So what squadrons were they from? Knife Sentai. Or is that where they've been transferred to? What you want is General Reserve, okay. So General Reserve then is when I go here. So I'd actually put them in just to reserve. Right. So while you guys argue about that, I'm going to be back in just about a minute. I'm going to go pee. Be right back. I don't know how to mute this thing, so yeah. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so what we got here then? Right, in the pilot screen, down to the bottom you see to pull group, you change that to reserve, yep, okay. Reserve is a big giant pool of fighter pilots, and send them to sit there. Group reserve is the B team sitting around waiting for a chance to get the fight. Basically go through all of your Imperial Japanese Army fighter squads, take out sub-60s, and add them in from reserve. Right. Okay. So we'll go over to Malaya then. Well, actually, we'll start with the 54th Sentai then. So obviously that was the one that we needed doing. So if I go to the 54th Sentai here, and if I take a look at my pilots, it'd be nice to keep our operations running. So with these guys below 60, so these guys here, so what I'd want to do then is actually have them set to the reserve. Or do I have, well, with the poor pilot, do I have them set to groupment? So let's reread that. Right. Yeah. So, just obviously to make sure, so pool pilots will send to the actual group, and then we'll send 60 plus experienced pilots to here. That's why if you to shout at me again, and then we'll do whatever. Bum 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 bum. No, okay. Right, for them to reserve. God, oh no, we don't. Fucking hell. I didn't realise I was sending them to purgatory. Okay. What do we have, like the fucking sorting hat from Harry Potter? If you throw every fighter pilot into the reserve, you can take them. Right, okay. I'm gonna do it. Okay, so just release everybody then. What you know? And I've done the wrong thing. I know it's coming. Right. I guess we'll do over here then with the character summons. Okay, reserve. Okay. We'll do the frontline units and then we'll go from there then, I guess. Can I not, there we go. See, I do things faster, I'm just afraid to be shouted at. Okay, now that I actually have an idea of what we're doing. Leave that bullshit, come back to combat mission. Yeah, apparently so. I can fucking cry sometimes, though. Oh, can I actually sort by... Oh, I can do it like this? Oh, that's nice. Okay. Reserve. Right, okay. So that's all of the fighter pilots done there. So what we'll do then is we'll reman the 54th Sentai then. So what is it that we want principally then? We want obviously experience. I suppose we'll keep our most experienced and then... okay. Hello there, Austin. How you doing, my man? I watched a couple of your last streams on YouTube backlog and you got slapped pretty hard at midway. Now, see, everybody thinks that, but in reality, not really terribly. Like, for example, if we go over here, we are going to be launching a deliberate attack, and say that we got slapped pretty hard, we still have 115 assault value. I think we'll take midway. I think it's been grossly overestimated the amount of damage done to us. Yeah, we did take 1,000 casualties, but the thing is, those are casualties. A lot of those will return. And I've lost ships here, but I was honestly anticipating losing ships, and they shouldn't actually be leaving here. You need to stay the fuck here. Do not ever fucking run away. Stay. Good boy. I'm glad I went back to check that, actually. Yeah, everything will be fine. We'll take Midway, don't worry about it. We have another airstrike coming in as well. Okay. Okay, so what I'll do then, I guess, is we'll keep. What do you guys think then? Do we just put the 60+ experience in the fighter squadrons, and then keep the guys with 70+ for our actual trainers? That could be a potential possibility then. I'll just wait for you to get back to me before I get shouted at. Oh dear. But no, Midway's gonna fall, don't worry about Midway. The thing that actually matters is at Fiji, to be honest. Coastal defense batteries seem to have radar-guided shells. I like that one. Oh dear. Okay. 81 experience is a fresh off for being a good trainer. Okay, so just everybody beyond 81. Right, okay, so I'll put the rest of these guys then into the actual fighter squadron then. So anything above 60 can actually go into the fighter squadrons. The rest of these guys would obviously go back to be trained. Okay. I'll just wait for you guys to confirm that, and then we'll go with that. So what you want with the 81 experienced pilots is 1 pilot in every training squadron and the rest sent to TRACOM. Okay. Harvest all the pilots across all the squadrons. So you're doing this, so I'm actually forced to do this individually. So I can actually fucking cry myself to sleep tonight. Yeah, I mean what we're doing is going to run a airfield attack to actually take out the Tigers. But the Ki-43 is going to absolutely destroy him. Okay, so we're going to go through every squadron. Yeah. I just think you people want to see me cry. Because I'm going to cry. This is going to hurt me. I may do a lot of this off cam, to be honest. Because I legitimately may end up topping myself. Just do it. Okay, we're gonna do the fighters, but I'll do the bombers next time. Imperial Japanese Army fighters, okay. This is fun. Oh dear. Is that so, Major? Because I would actually be quite happy with doing that. That'd be genuinely a really nice favour. Can I just, let's see. Thank you there, Shannon. I get the gist of what I should be doing here, but it's just, I just don't want to slow the actual turns down too much. I get my rocks off to pilot management. Fucking hell, Major, we are cracking out the caucus tonight. Right, okay. I'll do that afterwards. We'll do what we've... Well, I'll finish what I can here, and then I'll send you the turn on. I would genuinely appreciate that. Okay, so we actually have 2 potential trainers here. That's nice. Shit, I've just moved them to group. Fuck. I think that's transferred them anyway. Go to total squadron list. Yeah, it should have been done turn 1, but the thing is I didn't know about it turn 1. Okay. Ish. Yeah, probably, but I didn't have a clue what you're on about. I swear to God, it sorted some fucking weird ways. Okay, suppose that's not too many, is it? Yeah, it's just these guys. We had another 81 experience there. That's nice. Don't worry, we'll get it done. We'll get her done. God, that was a terrible voice. Why the fuck did I do that? I don't know that much about the game. Go on, you gotta give me some slack here. Number 82 van, that's sweet. Damn, you people are harsh. Right, 000. I didn't forget to set up convoys. I did do convoys. Hey, convoys are set up from the start. I just got a little bit lazy. But they did arrive. I was just then sorting them out into giant convoys and then I resorted them sometime later. But I did have them sorted. They were going to the right destinations. Okay. Right, then how do we want to start them? Do you want to go by numbers or... I'm thinking about pipeline. Okay, now go to your train squadrons. Right, oh. Okay. Mission, okay. See, I wish I could actually get rid of a delay in streaming. I don't know if I can actually get rid of that delay. Ah, right. Okay. I suppose we might as well go by most. I suppose it doesn't matter that much, does it? We'll just get it done. But I can pop the chat out like here. But then obviously when I click. Whoops. Was that during 3 days? Yeah, I've got a second screen. For now, designate what squads will only do training. Okay. Do they actually, yes, they do. That's good then. Oh, fuck me, Black Star does whip me. See, Major gives me, pie and fucking pie. Yeah, it gives me fucking pie. My Black Star just fucking beats me mercilessly. And you know what the reward is for all these beatings? It's further beatings. It's like a fucking... it's like a Victoria cake of fucking beatings. You think you're near the bottom. You think you're gonna find some cream. No, just another layer of spongy beatings. I'm probably doing the same squadron here, actually. No, okay, I'm good. I'm Russian. Yeah, pretty much. Which fucking squadron was I on then? Back. I don't know, Swordfish. I suppose, like, when Christ was on the actual cross, I suppose he was, irritated by flies as well, so... You're up there. Right, which squadron did I do last? Okay, 87th Sentai. So 87th Sentai is 85th. Just double check that's correct. Yes, 97th, okay, fantastic. I think I said you by mistake, didn't I? So anyway, while we're doing this then, I've started watching Rising of the Shield Hero on Crunchyroll. It's a new anime. It's alright actually, I do find it fucking hilarious, like just how the guy gets basically accused of sexual assault. I'm like, well, this has got me interested. That sounded a little bit creepier than I imagined it would do when I said it. I meant more so because it's actually an interesting plot. But yeah, I mean, if you want to make it sound creepy, I'll say like that. Okay, so that would be the training squadrons done. Or not. Because apparently it fucking skips. I'm just long suffering here. Long suffering. I swear to God, sometimes I fucking hate this next group because it just lies. It actually lies. Oh, was I confusing it for the 47th? See, why the fuck does it jump to the 64th Sentai? Why the fuck does it do that? It's just trying to piss me the fuck off. And then does it goddamn again? See, I'd rather have those Tojos used elsewhere. They're actually a good airframe. Well, yeah, decent. Okay. So now that we're out of Experience 81 trainers, what should we do? So we assign V1s with 80 experience and call it a day? I.e. as in, like, obviously training squadrons. Yeah, I know. Right. So what are we going to say then? Like, no 80s, it's got to be 81 plus? I use 75 plus as my trainers. Well... I suppose we'll fill out all the actual training squadrons. Well, actually, let's take a look. Which was that? Right, and that is the 33rd Sentai. So, V squadrons over here. The 10th... Yeah. Well, this squadron will just have as an active combat one then. Or, well, obviously just have it as a training one. Okay. With the best left over. So we'll start with the Ki-43s then, of course. So 64 Sentai. '59th and 54th Sentai. Alright, okay. We'll fill these out, then we'll put what's remaining then in the actual... Well, actually, no. Put the top pilots in the Tojo. Right, okay. So, when I go here then... You can make an elite Tojo squadron. Yeah, okay. Now, why do we only have 6 of them here? I thought I originally had 9. No, I can do it. But I'll probably let you do the bombers and stuff, because I am... I don't know, I need to. I probably need it to do, like, keep my sanity. In the meantime, I might stream, like, Neo Scavenger, then. We'll even do bombers. Oh, man. Like, mate, I'll fucking buy you a pie. Big old fat-ass pie. I've not had pie for a long time. Why do you keep making me think about pie? Right, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. I might be confused in French and Spanish now. I fucking can't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, No, I might have been confusing Spanish and French there, a couple numbers in. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why the fuck am I doing like this? I can just check here, can't I? 1, 2, oh, fucking hell. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. You do have 9 free planes in reserve. Okay. Well, I suppose we'll add some additional ones in there then. One, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, there we go. Tojo's done. So we'll have a very elite Tojo squadron then. So, right, now they've got the Tojos ready then. Should we have the Tojos actually deployed to Kaifeng? I mean, they're currently based in Hong Kong. What's the distance? That would be 20. To Kamran is 19. Well, that's about the same distance. Okay, we'll have them sent to Kaifeng then. Drop tanks unavailable here. Can they make it? No. Why do they not have the ability to use drop tanks? Surely they have drop tanks. They actually don't. Wow. Okay. Well, we'll decide on what we want to do with the Tojos then, whether we want to move them north or south. I'd probably say south, perhaps. Right, so when I click here then... So will this automatically add pilots with at least 70 experience then? I'll give it a quick go. From reserve. Holy shit, works. Ah. Okay, we'll get the rest of them from reserve. If they have 70. Huzzah! Oh my god, I got something right. Ha! Okay, I suppose once you get it going, it's not too bad, is it? Right, we might be running low here. We do have you over here. You're actually very good. I'm actually going to have you sent to reserve to train a squadron. Oh no, we do still have quite a few 70s. That's good news. 29 pilots. Yeah, there we go. Uh-oh. Okay, seems we've run out then. Send this fucking group. No, I'm confused here. Oh, and I might have been drawing them from the wrong reserve then. Yeah, that makes sense. From reserve. Oh, thank you there, Moonbeam. That was really nice. See, people can be nice, Major. People can be nice to me, Black Star. Fuck, I'm gonna get the whip tonight, boys. Fucking Cat and Nine Tails coming out. But yeah, that's really appreciated, mate. Thank you so very much. I think, I'm definitely learning a lot myself. I mean, this is it. It's like I know far more than I did when I first started the actual play-by-email game. Okay. Oh, thank you very much for that, Major. It's really appreciated. I absolutely do appreciate that. Right, so if I click release here, will you actually go to the squadron? Right, transfer 59% time. Ah. There we go. Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? Just as those Americans nice if they can crash the bombers. I mean, that would be appreciated. Right, 11 pilots. I get the remaining 19 men. Okay. Little confused. Okay, well, it's worked anyway, so I'm not going to question it. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do, actually, is... I know it's a little bitch way out, but I will give a save then to Major, so you can actually save my ass. Because I'm going to spend way too many hours on this. I'll pick it up as we go, but I would be extremely grateful for that. So what I'll do then is I'll call the turn here. I don't think we have anything else left to do here. Right, okay. I suppose we'll have reduced numbers of actual pilots then. For at least the first turn or so. But imagine by 2-3 days will be alright. What I'll do then to probably make up for it is I might stream Neo Scavenger then after. That's the game I just downloaded and not yet tried. So that might cheer you guys up. Okay. So we'll call it here. What we'll do then is we'll have one more stream when Major has saved my arse. And we'll be able to go from there. I don't think we have really much else left to do. I think ultimately we're going to have an interesting turn. We'll see the landings at Savai. We'll see, obviously, the, well, reconnaissance done once again at Fiji. What's wrong with my convoys? My convoys are fucking great, eh? Okay. So we'll do that then. So thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. I hope you really have enjoyed this. I know I complain, and moan, and bitch, and whine. But it's only because I want the best for you guys. I'm a loving parent, really. Alright, thank you so very much. I always do appreciate the support. And it's pretty crazy here. Like, if we take a look... I mean, this is something I took a peek at the other day. One sec. Yeah, so this is how long the actual playlist is so far. So this is all the current episodes, barring obviously this one now. So we're currently up to 3 days, 17 hours and 50 minutes and 35 seconds. That's a long ass time. And yeah, it's just becoming more and more exciting. I mean, here we had the Battle of Mersing around about this point. So that's really cool. But yes, thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. I hope you guys have really genuinely enjoyed this. So until next time, thank you. And if you'd like to go ahead and support the channel, and see the actual channel grow, and of course I do say the channel, not my channel, because this is a collaborative effort, and one where I wouldn't be anywhere without you guys. So if you'd like to support us, then you can definitely go ahead and consider becoming a patron, super chat, or PayPal. Definitely does help out. So until next time, thank you so very much for watching. Goodbye for now.